Out of the 3 classes, probably 90% of you put 80.
Public classrooms with children have been part of the American landscape for generations, but 2020 has morphed into a whole new scenario. Due to concerns about COVID-19, Tucson Unified School District and many others have curtailed or temporarily suspended in-person learning. For teachers like Amy Bunch, it's been technologically and emotionally draining. Instead of seeing her students in person at Gale Elementary School on Tucson's east side, she is doing the best she can online.
So this is my 20th year, and it is unlike any year I have taught yet. Yes, this is, as a teacher, we have really had to recreate the wheel. I mean, we're constantly thinking of how we can reach kids because this is such a different model. It's, than anything that we've ever been used to.
In addition to being a teacher for a couple of decades, Amy Bunch is also a busy parent with 11-year-old triplets. This fall would have been their first year at Gridley Middle School, something they had really wanted for a long time. But Amy and her husband had to make a difficult decision.
The conclusion that I kept coming back to was that while I love Gridley and I'm sure that they're doing a phenomenal job, it's such a new format for all of us. We're not set up to teach remotely. We didn't have the technology and things just readily available. And so we made the decision to actually pull our kids out of Gridley, out of Tucson Unified School District for hopefully what's just this year. And we enrolled them in Arizona Virtual Academy, that's what they do. They are designed to teach kids virtually. So it's a homeschool program. It's going really well.
Pima County Superintendent of Schools says homeschooling is gaining popularity for many parents and their children. Hundreds more have joined that model compared to 2019 and previous school years.
Typical year, we'll probably have somewhere around 2,800 to 3,000 homeschoolers. Right now, we have about 4,600 families that have enrolled in the homeschool education program here. By law, if you're the ages of 6 to 16, you must be enrolled in something, whether it's a district school, charter school, private school, or homeschool. And so our office just wants to be that olive branch of help. And so we have families that are saying, the remote's really hard for me because it's hard for me to be a teacher and do everything that the school's doing, or they're saying, I'm just too afraid right now with the pandemic. I'm going to keep my kids home and I want to do it on our own. And so we just want to make sure that families have a right to anything that they want to do. It's an open enrollment state, and this is the time to communicate heavily. And then if you need something, it's a time for you to contact our office and we'll point you in the right direction.
And while homeschooling appears to be working for many families, each time a student drops out, the districts pay a price.
Well, the biggest impact is financial.
Gabriel Trujillo has been the leader of Tucson Unified School District since 2017.
The district receives pretty close to $5,000 per student in state aid provided by the state of Arizona. And when we lose students, we lose funding. And if we lose funding, we lose what we need for books, buildings, and buses, and everything that we need for service to students, teacher salaries, equipment for extracurricular activities and sports, music instruments. All of that comes from the state aid and the state funding that we receive per student.
Since the pandemic began earlier this year, districts in southern Arizona have recorded a drop in their attendance.
TUSD as a whole, we've experienced the loss of 2,600 students per our 40th day of the school year. And that's about a 4.9% drop in enrollment.
That could be for various reasons like homeschooling, charter schools, moving to another community, or not having the internet connection and technological devices to attend classes online. The district is trying to help by providing brick-and-mortar destinations to more than 1,300 students who qualify. These include kids with learning disabilities, foster students, refugees, English language learners, and students that are homeless. The lessons, however, are still online.
These are our groups that we're really trying to prioritize for service, though any family in TUSD that's really in need of just having a place for their kid to go during the day, we do make space for them.
Educators say as long as it is safe and practical, the best option would be to return to traditional learning models in the classroom. At TUSD, this could be as early as January if all goes well, but this pandemic remains unpredictable for everyone.
What I want the parents to know is that their feelings are 100% real. We share those feelings as parents here at this office, and we want to help point you in a direction that's going to help.
And I'm sure you, like billions of people around the world, want to put this chapter behind us.
Oh my goodness. I just want to be back in my classroom. For sure. Yeah, it's been so different. But you know what? It's been a learning experience, and it's something that I will for sure remember just as a teacher and a mom for my lifetime. And, I think we'll come out better for it. I like to think that.